All right, welcome to the final video here in module number 5 called Accountability Partner. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it. All right, we're inside of my computer, Accountability Partner. Let's go. Here is what we're going to cover today. Why you need an accountability partner, weekly meetings agenda, and then how to find an accountability partner, and that's basically it. So subscribe and follow for more information regarding the course. Share the course as well. I need you guys' help to let's start a revolution and change people's lives together. Warning, this is the most important video in the entire course right now. So watch the entire video, don't skip around, don't fast forward. And a pro tip, watch the video in double speed if you want to save yourself some time. So now, first of all, why do you need an accountability partner in the first place, right? So the most important thing with having an accountability partner is that the work actually gets done. So the biggest benefit of working with the Geo has been that he keeps me accountable, essentially, right? I know that he's reviewing on my stats daily for both sleep, diet, and exercise, and it helps tremendously to actually get the work done. It gets prioritized. Because a big problem with entrepreneurs, or a big problem with myself, I can only speak from my own experience, is that I've tried these things in the past, right, without an accountability partner, because I knew how beneficial they were, and I started to track my sleep. I've always been working out, but I've had ups and downs with my diet, and I've been going for a diet and did it for 90 days, and then it kind of fell off, and so on and so forth, right? And the thing is that when you don't have an accountability partner, it's very easy that the sleep, diet, and exercise don't get prioritized because something else shows up in your business, or you have to travel, or you have to do something else. So it's very easy that, that sleep, diet, and exercise, that, yeah, it's important, but this thing is more important. So I'm gonna do that later, and then it falls off, right? But when you have an accountability partner, it actually gets done because you know that you're gonna have that checkup meeting with your accountability partner every single week. So because of that, it becomes more important, and you don't wanna skip it as much. Also, and the very important thing right now is that you know how important this is. You know that you should give yourself time before you give others your time, right? So that's why you have the morning routine and night routine, because without those things, without optimizing your sleep, diet, and exercise, you won't have energy, and you will not have anything, right? So that should be crystal clear right now. But that's the biggest thing about having an accountability partner, is that it actually gets done, because you're not only doing it for yourself, but you're doing it for that other person that's keeping you accountable, because you don't want to let them down, essentially, right? Then also, you try harder. So when you have an accountability partner as well, like, first of all, the most important thing is that it actually gets done, right? And when it gets done, you will have numbers that you will want to improve. So you will track everything. You will track your weight. You will track how many calories you eat. You will also track your sleep metrics, your workouts, how much you're lifting, and so on and so forth, right? And also your diet and sleep and exercise. You will track all of these things. You will get numbers that you track that you will want to improve, and you will also write down your journal. So you will keep yourself accountable to kind of keep all of these things up to date, right? And you will start to make more money in your business as well. And you will notice that as you get yourself in order, you will get your business in order. And as you start to get better yourself and take care of yourself better, you'll make more money in your business as well. So as it will build like a positive spiral. So you will want to try harder when you see that this is working, essentially, right? So yeah, you will want to lose more fat. You will want to get better sleep scores. You want to lift heavier in the gym. You'll also have a number to present to your partner every single week, right? So you will not want to present worse numbers than last week to your accountability partner. And it makes you try harder, which ultimately benefits you in the end, right? And I'm not saying that, it goes up and down, like reversing to the mean and so forth when it gets to numbers. I'm not saying that you're going to improve your sleep score like every single week, because you will reach a plateau, but at least you will kind of, when you get to 95 in sleep score, you will want to keep it there. You don't want to go from 95 back to like 70 and stay there consistent, right? So like you will try harder when you have an accountability partner as well. Also, it becomes a lot more fun when you have an accountability partner. Like having one meeting per week with your accountability partner, it becomes really fun. Like you both improve over time, and you're on the same journey. You will start to associate the meetings with positivity and get to know a new person as well, and you will make a new friend potentially, or very, very likely you will make a new friend, and you both improve simultaneously, right? An extremely fun and rewarding journey to share, because you're both doing the same thing. You're running separate businesses, helping different markets or niches, I assume, have different services maybe as well, and then you have this thing in common where you're trying to optimize and improve yourself. So this is going to be super powerful. We have the community, the big community, and then inside of this big community, there are small smaller communities as well of people being accountability partners, helping each other to improve. You'll make a friend, and it's very, very powerful. Like it can be quite tedious to do all of the tracking yourself. And like working together with Gio and having him as my accountability partner has been the game changer. It's like he is like helping me to improve. And obviously when you have an accountability partner that you found in the community, you will kind of benefit each other from that. So you will help your accountability partner and he will help you as well. And on the weekly meetings, you can talk about life, you can talk about business, you can talk about kind of what to improve over the next week. And it just becomes a very rewarding meetup essentially, right? And you support each other as mentioned. So change can be tough for a lot of people, right? So we're used to make the same thing sometimes for years. Deeply ingrained habits can take some time to break. Having someone that you share the journey with, it can help a lot, and you can get their insight regarding your specific problem and ultimately support each other as well, right? However, I want to say this as well. Most of you guys, or I'd say every single one of you guys that are on this journey have that entrepreneurial vein inside of you, right? So you have it easier to change. You're better at adopting than most people out there. Like most people out there living, like they have a super hard time to change. They might have been doing something for years and they cannot imagine not doing that thing. And as you start this entrepreneurial journey as well, you will learn that you will have to adopt and change, right? Because in business and like in markets, right? The markets are changing all the time. So if you don't, like you're being forced to adopt and change, because if you don't adopt and change, you die, right? You can't compete if you're not good at adopting and changing as an entrepreneur. So, you know, that's a really cool thing with entrepreneurship as well. So that will help you as you go through this journey as well to improve yourself, obviously, right? Because you understand that, you know, if there's a vice or a bad habit that you have and you have identified it and you've accepted that, hey, I cannot do this thing anymore, then, you know, the way I like to do is just to quit cold turkey. So in the past, I didn't smoke, but I used, in Sweden, we called snus. It's like a tobacco that you keep under your upper lip. And, you know, I was doing that since I was like 18 till, I don't know, 23 or something like that. And one day I was like, no, I'm just gonna quit, and I've never taken one since then. Same thing with caffeine. I just quit it like that. I'm not saying that that's necessarily the best thing. That's the way I like to do it. Just quit it and then just don't do it anymore, right? But yeah, the point there, you help each other and support each other on that journey. And also you don't feel alone as well when you have an accountability partner, because this is huge. Like entrepreneurship can be a lonely journey, but it doesn't have to be, right? Having an accountability partner where you both share the same journey in an arena where you don't compete is extremely rewarding and very, very powerful. And I can't recommend finding a serious accountability partner enough. So in the beginning, when you start a social media marketing agency, you're a solopreneur, right? You're doing everything yourself. You're doing the advertising yourself, the outreach yourself, the selling yourself. You're doing the service delivery potentially yourself as well, or you have your media buyer in the beginning, right, as well, that I highly recommend that you do. But the thing is here is that it's very easy to feel lonely. And I certainly did in the beginning, because you don't think that there's other people out there that you can kind of share your stuff with. And if there is, like, you don't want to, in the beginning, it feels like you don't want to share it with a competitor, right? That was my thought process in the beginning. That's like you don't want to have that thought process. Like you don't want to have a scarcity mindset. We're talking a lot about that in this community, right? That you want to have an abundance mindset, that you want to share as much as you possibly can. Just look at what I'm doing. I'm literally giving away everything that I can, as much as I possibly can. And that's what I want you guys to do as well. But my point here is that a lot of people get alone because they don't know what to share with whom, essentially. But the cool thing when you have an accountability partner regarding this, what we talk about here in Performance 10X, where you improve yourself, your energies, your sleep, diet, and exercise, you can have that topic as an arena that you're both interested in, but you're not competing there at all. So you can both be agency owners, but when you meet up, you can talk about business, of course, and you should, but you have this arena where you're talking about like personal development and this side of things, which makes it very fun. And also you have somebody to talk to. And I know for 100% for a fact that a lot of entrepreneurs and social media marketing agency owners are very lonely, because they're putting in all of their time into their business, and they don't really have anyone to share their thoughts and ideas with. So having an accountability partner will help you to not feel alone, and that's the whole idea with the community as well. So let's talk about the weekly meetings agenda. So what should you talk about on these meetings with your accountability partner, right? So weekly meeting agenda. So what I recommend that you guys do is that once you've found your accountability partner, I'm going to show you here in a second exactly how to do that, is that you schedule a weekly meeting, and you can do it over Google Meets, let's say, or you can do Zoom or whatever now you want to use. And you set aside 30 to 60 minutes. 30 minutes is normally too little. I would recommend a 60-minute meeting, and you do that once per week. Once per week is enough. That gives you enough time to gather data, enough data to discuss. If you do it 2 times per week, then it's like, it's only 3 days ago, since you did like 3 days of sleep, and it's not going to be enough. And doing it like every other week, then you pretty much have like too much data. So in my opinion, once per week is perfect. So you can cover the basics. Also, like, important that you track every day, right? So you track, you basically go over your health tracking sheets, your sleep, diet, and exercise. You discuss those. You can also go over your personal kind of, your habit tracker, if that is something that you want to share. Maybe you have something in there that you don't want to share, if it's a personal thing. But it's very important that you track everything, especially the health tracking sheet, and your workouts as well, and your diet as well, that you keep your weight in MyFitnessPal, or at least in the tracking sheet. Maybe you buy the weight scale as well and sync it to MyFitnessPal, as G talked about, as I do every single day. But make sure that you track it every single day, because you don't want to show up to the meeting and then you've only tracked 3 days out of the week. It's just going to be, you're just gonna piss the other person off. Like, if I have an accountability partner and I know that the person that I'm talking with is not taking it seriously, then like, what's the point? Then I can just might as well find somebody else, right? So you don't want to be that guy or girl who like show up to accountability partner meetings and then you're not doing the work that you should be accountable to do, right? So make sure that you track everything every single day. Sleep, right? So track all of the metrics in the health tracking sheet, discuss how you can improve the score for the next week. Did you follow the Larell framework? Have you been following the wind down routine, the night routine daily? Have you been doing that daily? What's your plan to improve it for the next week? Because the most important thing is that you track it. But life happens as well. Some nights I go to bed later, or some nights I've been visiting a friend, or I've been visiting my parents or some loved one, or whatever that might be, friends or whatever, and we had a dinner and we took a glass of wine or a beer, and I went to bed later and I didn't have the best week, or the best sleep rather. So like, that's completely okay, right? Or you ate out a day or whatever that might be. The most important thing is that you track everything, and also that you kind of know if you had a bad night of sleep, like, why did you have that? Did you work too late? Didn't you do your wind down routine? Did you watch social media right before bed? Did you watch a screen or like a TV or something right before bed? Like, what did you do that affected your sleep negatively, and how are you going to improve it? That's the most important thing. And then try your best to improve it, actually, right? We're not perfect, right? So I want to throw that out there as well, but you want to do the best you can, right? Diet. Discuss your diet for the past week. Did you follow it? Have you tracked your weight and calories daily, which you should? Is it trending in the right direction? If not, what's your plan of action for the next week? And Gio talked about this in detail. Like, diet is very, very important, right? It's because, and I know that Gio mentioned this in the video as well. In my case, I ate very good food, right? And I tracked everything, but I didn't eat a big variety of food. I basically ate the same thing every single day. And the reason why I did it was like, hey, it's just fuel. I can eat chicken, or I can change out the chicken to some beef, but I do salad and I do potatoes, and I eat just the same thing every single day. And I didn't have a big variety of food. So that wasn't good, and that's something that Gio identified, and we started to identify or implement this meal prepping service, right? So now I'm getting a big variety of food. I have my AG1, I have my supplements, we did the gut healthing test, it's improving a lot, all of these things, right? So it's very important that you track it, and also regarding your weight, that it's trending in the right direction. If you want to lose fat, you don't want to lose the fat too quickly. You want to make sure that you feel good. You also want to make sure that you don't lose muscles, so that you eat enough protein and that you're actually going to the gym. So yeah, all of these things, very important, and a lot of things to discuss there on a weekly basis. Also exercise, discuss the training with your accountability partner. Have you been working out the days you were supposed to? How did it go? What are your plans for the next week? Are you, for example, that happened to me quite recently, is that I worked out my legs quite a bit, and I did basically twice per week. I did a lot of quite heavy pushing exercises for my legs, and I started to feel it in my hips essentially. And I walked a lot as well, so I started to feel it in my hips. So we started to adjust that. I implemented some specific stretching for my hips, and we did some other leg exercises over the next couple of weeks and so on and so forth. So it can be good to bring those people up. Like, how are you feeling? How does your body feel? Maybe if you're having something that is aching you a little bit, if it's a normal like soreness, that's completely fine, right? But if you have something that's like your shoulders or anything, you can bring that up and see if your accountability partner maybe have some idea on how you can fix that, etc. Right? Habits. Are you avoiding your bad habits? That can be a very important topic to talk about as well. Have you been able to break them? Have you been able to implement your new habits and following them every single day? Discuss it, set up a plan for the next week. Talk about your different energies. How are your energy feeling? Are you feeling that you're building energy enough with your new diet and your sleep and your exercise? How are your thought process going? Is your negative self-talk, is that better? Are you spending more time with friends and family? Are you giving more love? Are you helping more people? Are you trying your best to actually to be a good force in this world? Have you removed your energy traps, your energy traps, like the negative energy outputs? Have you removed those, and have you started to implement your more positive energy outputs, like going to the gym? How's your thinking going? Your nighttime routine? All of these things, right? Discuss your habits. Also, if you want to discuss your sexual energy, how's that is going? How building up? How's that feeling? A lot of people are feel like that is taboo, but you just have to understand that it's just an energy like anything else, right? It's just an energy that everybody has, and you don't have to go into detail what you do with your partner, obviously not, but you can just talk about how you're feeling. It will be very interesting and kind of share your experience with the other people. Because again, I showed you multiple different variations of this, like super smart people who knows about this and who to utilize that energy. So, but yeah, that's up to every single one. Maybe people don't feel like they want to talk about that, but yeah, just throwing it out there, right? Don't let your partner down as well. This is very important. It's crucial that both parties track their data every single day. That's the whole point with an accountability partner, right? You don't have an accountability partner and then don't do the actual work, right? Because you have an accountability partner that's going to keep you accountable, right? So that's the whole thing, right? If either of you guys don't kind of keep that part of the contract to actually do the tracking, do the work, then have it as a mutual agreement that if you show up to the weekly meetings, or if you don't show up at all, or if you show up and you haven't done the actual work, then what's the point? Then I can just find somebody else, right? So that's also something. Talk about that on your first meeting, right? Just have that open, put all of the cards on the table. It's like, I expect that you're going to do the work because I'm going to keep you accountable, and I'm expected you're going to keep me accountable as well. And if either of us break that, maybe one time is in no time, but if you start to do it 2 times or 3 times, then I'm gonna find somebody else who's actually going to keep me accountable for real, and that I can keep accountable as well. So have some tough love for each other, right? Because yeah, just keep that in mind, okay? And then also, you both agree that you will do your absolute best to follow through with this. Don't let your partner down, okay? So, and also here, it's not a competition. This is very important as well, right? You're not supposed to compete with your accountability partner. It's not that you're going to show up and flex and show that you're better than your accountability partner. That's not the idea at all. You're only competing with yourself, so support each other, right? You just want to make sure that your partner is progressing and doing better and better and better every single week. And then also that your accountability partner is keeping you accountable as well, right? That you're actually doing the work yourself. So it's not a competition. Don't see it like that. It's support each other. That's the main thing with accountability partner. So now let's discuss how to find an accountability partner. Super simple, right? So go to maxpearson.com/accountability partner. I've prepared instructions for you in a doc. So maxpearson.com/accountability partner. If you go there, you will be taken to this sheet, and it reads as follows. Find your accountability partner. Simply use this template to find your accountability partner inside of the community. Make a Facebook post and include a Loom video presenting yourself. It's important that you only look for an accountability partner once you have all of the preparations in place, right? And you're ready to track all of your metrics daily. You don't want to waste your accountability partner's time by not following through and breaking your accountability promise. So this is basically an example template form that I recommend that you do a Facebook post inside of the community. So you can write like, are you my new accountability partner, question mark. It's crystal clear what you're looking for. My requirements. So you've completed module 1 through 5. You've watched all of the videos in full. You've taken action and implemented everything. You have bought an Oura ring or a Whoop band and you've started to track your sleep. Very important. You started your workout routine and you're tracking your progress. You've created a definite chief aim and started to follow your new daily schedule. And then also you're tracking your new habits daily. If you completed all of the above and you're interested in being my new accountability partner, then simply comment with a yes below and then let's connect. And I also recommend doing a Loom video here so that people can kind of see who you are, what you look like, how you move when you talk, etc., right? So super simple. Just utilize the power of the community to find an accountability partner. Super simple and super powerful, and you both will benefit from this like nothing else. All right, so now we're finally at the summary here in the final video of module number 5, which is going to be the final module in this course, right? So find your accountability partner, but make sure that you implement everything in this entire course first. You need to have completed all of the modules, all of the videos, all of the action items. Only then do you qualify to find yourself an accountability partner and use the community to find one. Now, now the journey really begins, right? So great job on making it this far, but it's really now that the journey begins. If you do everything that I've taught you and keep it going for the next 90 days, then magical things will start to happen in your life. I promise you. I can't wait to see what you will be able to accomplish. Make sure to update the community on your wins. It will inspire others into action, which is the most important thing. So it's kind of like a video game, right? If you've gone through all of the videos and now you're here in the final video of module number 5, which is the final module, now you've kind of leveled up your character. You have everything in place, and now kind of the journey begins. Now the real game begins. Now you're going to level up your character. Now you're going to level up your business, and you're going to level up yourself, and that is going to happen over the next 90 days as like the first iteration, and you can accomplish so much in those next 90 days. It's not even funny, right? So I'm super stoked about that. And also make sure as you get your wins, as you start to get your clients, as you start to lose fat and look better and feel better and build more energy, keep the community up to date with posts. First of all, you're going to get a lot of recognition yourself, which is going to boost your own energy because a lot of people are going to cheer you on. But more importantly, you're going to inspire others into action. So when you show what is possible and you share that to somebody who's completely new to the community and they get into the community, they will see that, hey, this guy that is you or this girl that is you, they've accomplished this with this course, and they've accomplished amazing things in a short amount of period of time. And then they will see that it's possible for them to do the same thing essentially, right? So make sure that you share your wins inside of the community and do good in the world. So I want to leave you with this. Seek to not only improve your own life, but also the life of others, right? When you truly make it and become a wealthy beyond your wildest dreams and beyond wildest imagination, remember to give back to the people less fortunate than yourself. Be a powerful force of good in this world, because ultimately that's the only way that you can help yourself. The only way that you can help yourself is by helping others. And if you can inspire and help a lot of people, that's how you're going to help yourself tremendously as well. And so that's basically it for this video. Subscribe and follow, share the course. I need you guys' help. Let's start a revolution and change people's lives together. And for today's quote is from the big book itself, right? Matthew 7:12. Do unto others as you would like to want. Do to others as you would have them do to you. The golden rule, essentially. And Napoleon Hill talks about the golden rule as well. This is like the most important thing that you can take from this course, and that's why I placed it at the end of the course as well. That, you know, just be a good force in the world. Just do good to others and just help others. That's like the golden rule for entrepreneurship as well. The only way that you're going to be able to provide or build a successful business is to provide something that people want to buy. Do you have something to sell that people want that actually helps them? And this is like a universal law that goes through the entire world, the entire universal. It's like a gravity almost, right? If you do good to others, that's the only way that you can do good to yourself, essentially, right? So that's it. Now let's get to work. And that's basically it for this entire course. I have some more bonus stuff coming up in later videos or in like a bonus module, so stay tuned for that. But this is basically the entire course from A to Z. So awesome to congratulations on making this far. I'm super proud of you, and I'm super stoked to see what you'll be able to achieve now over the coming weeks, months, and years ahead. Make sure to keep the community up to date as well. That's for me as well. I want to see you. I want to follow you on this journey as well. So make sure that you keep us up to date in the community there. And yeah, that's it. Let's get to work and build your energy and put all of that energy back of your goals and achieve great things and do good in the world. Let's go.